are on F1 status, and regardless of what the visa is, really. But if they're an international student in a college or university, they need to be counted here.
So we don't count them in our, I have two college students on campus, I don't count them in my, but they come to me every weekend.
I mean, you can check with them.
My daughter comes every weekend.
I mean, and there's a mechanism that we will only count them once. So if for some reason they fill it out there and you fill it out there, there will be a mechanism to be able to just count them once. So it's better safe, you know, just fill it out.
Another question here from Justin.
Yeah, I actually have two questions now after what you guys were talking about. Because I'm applying to a college in Canada for next year since I'm a high school senior. And I was just wondering how would I be? I'm not really sure if I was listening. How would I be represented? Yeah, I wasn't listening. Yeah, how would I be? Because I'm going to be in college in Canada. So I can't be counted? Is that true?
When are you going to college? In September?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be here on April 1st. You need to be counted.
Oh, no.
And then congratulations if you get accepted to that college.
No, I'm saying in general, like if there was a student who's, because I have a Filipino friend who goes to McGill, the college I'm applying to, and he says, and I'm trying to get him to fill in the census forms too. So how would he be?
If he's in Canada, Canada does their census every 5 years. We do it every 10, they do it every 5. If he's residing in Canada, when it's the Census Canada Day, he has to be counted in Canada. Because he's using the resources there.
Okay, so since he's technically living in Canada.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
I also have another question. Both of my parents are applying for dual citizenship, so they might not be here around the census date. They're probably going to be in the Philippines, so technically they have two places where they live. So would they be counted to this U.S. census too?
Are you going to be home when the census arrive?
Well, no, I mean they could be like they usually go to the Philippines to like.
How much time do they spend in the Philippines? More than 6 months?
Like a week or 2 weeks.
They're going to be counted here. You put their name down.
Thank you.
I do have a two-point question. One question is, just for clarification, how much autonomy do you have from other sects of government, other bodies of government that may have interest in persecuting illegal, undocumented immigrants? How much autonomy do you have from from the government?
Completely separate.
Okay, great.
We don't share information. Yeah. We don't share information with any other federal agency.
Okay. I just want to clarify. That's
not with us. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Let's get to here. I just want to clarify because I know that there's a lot of concern about this issue.
I think one of the major issues in the Filipino community is the fact that we have undocumented individuals that live in our community, and we are aware. That's why it's very important for the leaders of the Filipino community to reach out to these individuals, telling them that the census is safe, meaning there's a Title 13 of the Constitution that protects the information. It's called PII, Personal Identifiable Information. When you fill out that form, the information in that form is kept secret for 72 years. It's very important that you emphasize this to the Filipinos that are here. Because if they are your relatives, if they are your friends, they will believe in you. And believe me, there's no agency that can put their fingers into this information until after 72 years when everybody's probably not here anymore. But it's kept secret for 72 years. And it's very important for you to emphasize that to the Filipino community.
Right. No, I just wanted to ask that because I know a lot of people here wanted to sort of touch up on that. My second point question though, you may answer this or just completely speculative question, but what are the chances, or how likely do you think chances of Congress passing a law that may have the other parts of government being able to see the information from the census?
They'll have to change the constitution.
They will have to change.
Yeah, the Congress will have to approve.
Alright, so I'm glad I asked the question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that part of the Constitution has been challenged before, and everybody gets counted. It's been upheld by the law many times. So yeah, since 1790.
Thank you. And we have another concern. Young citizen here.
Hello again. You guys brought up an interesting point that Canadians have their census every 5 years, and you mentioned that the U.S. census is done every 10 years. Now my question to you is, why the 10-year gap? Why not? You said in the U.S. it was 10, or every 10 years is the U.S., right? And the Canada is 5 years. My question is, why is the U.S. every 10 years?
Well, first it's in the Constitution. And by the Constitution, a census is conducted every 10 years. So that's in the Constitution itself.
Okay.
And then also population.
Population-wide, yeah.
Okay, so I
You
wanted
just
to know.
literally have to change the Constitution to change that.
Okay. Besides that, how do you guys feel about that 10-year gap? Is that effective, or do you think would it be increased? Because 10 years is long.
It's a long time, but at the same time, the Census Bureau also supplements information with, we don't close their office. The Census Bureau not only come every 10 years, we have a headquarters in Washington, and we have 12 regions. This is the New York region. And when we are not counting the population every 10 years, we are collecting data.
Yeah.
On a sample size, where we're collecting data on health, on crime, on employment and unemployment. That data is collected by us. And we also have the American Community Survey that is collecting data. The long form of the questionnaire is being collected on a monthly basis. So that is information that it will be coming on a yearly basis. And everybody will be touched by the American Community Survey at some point.
Any other thoughts? Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrali Suarez. I am also a staff in Unipro, and my question actually is, amid the economic recession we're in now, how much impact would this financial crisis have on the budget allocated to our community? For the census, yeah.
Yeah, that money has been allocated already, so it doesn't have anything to do with the economy the way it is now. This is an allocation that is being done prior to all this, and it's done when the census budget is put together. That allocation is there. The allocation is based on population count.
Okay.
If we miss people, the allocation of the budget will be based on the amount of people that are counted.
Okay, so that $400 billion allocated to this person will only go up if we have more population.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The one impact that I think the economic crisis will have is finding people, because people are doubled up, tripled up, and heaven knows what other types of homes they're living in. There are people renting beds, living in shifts, and it's our job, and I think the Census Bureau is doing an excellent job of finding where these groups of people are and counting them. So this is why it's so imperative that we get your support, because you may know people in your community who may not want to step up and be counted. And to the extent that you can share with them that it's safe, it's easy, and it's confidential, and it means money to the community to help them find homes and find employment and job training. A group of people off the grid are African Americans between the ages of 18 and 34. And they're being found because they're also doubling up and tripling up and living at one girlfriend and another girlfriend's houses. So to the extent that you help people, make sure that you help them enough and let them know about the census and make sure that they be counted. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Abad from naffaa Region 1 Youth. My